Okay. We are here for our business meeting. It's August 6, 2024. The time is 2 p.m. In attendance are Commissioners Matari, Brooks, and Duncan. Would you join us for a moment of silence, please? All right, thank you. JP, would you lead us in the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so we have potential changes to the agenda. I don't see Jelena yet. Our Marine Division, we have several people going to the Academy on Monday, and so the Sheriff's Department would like the board's approval to use patrol in overtime to go ahead and patrol Marine using RBS money, so using Marine restricted funds. And so if I was just going to run it by Dave, if we want to, they want to be able to staff it Thursday through the weekend, and so that's why they're saying it's an emergency ad. Okay. All right. So we will get that added, and Jelena, I'll call on you for a second. Do we want to have a special meeting on Thursday in order, because it's not really an emergency as far as we have time to schedule a meeting? I think so. So Dave, this is the one that we talked about that it's due on Monday, the signature. Could we also do it, we already accept opioid funds. This is just another part of it that we need to sign for.
It's another settlement.
Another settlement.
Mm-hmm.
Can we sign it and then ratify it next time, or does it have to be on here, like almost how we do consent calendar? Sorry, I'm not being very clear.
Seems like you'd want to add it as an emergency like it is, since it can't really pass.
Okay. Okay.
So what did, I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Yes, we'll handle it today and we'll ratify it next week.
Perfect.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take this. So I move that we add 2 emergency items to the agenda today. One for the Marine Division overtime out of rec safety or RBS funds, and then the opioid settlement signature, and we'll ratify both next week.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Bill Brooks?
Aye.
Commissioner Matari?
Aye.
Chair Duncan?
Aye. All right, so we'll handle those up front of the business portion of the meeting. Public comment. Okay, hearing none, I would take a motion for meeting minutes.
I move that we approve the meeting minutes, and I have items 2 through 18.
Okay.
Do we have a different?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
It's the very original one, so it should be in your packet. Nope.
Yeah, mine also has 2 through 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
That's everyone's on 2 through 18.
Yeah.
So
Because
in the actual, why is my packet? Oh, you know why? Because I put it on my desktop. Okay. Nope, that's an old one as well.
I could go pull one off the
Well,
wall.
what did we post? What did we post?
We posted the one that I'm going off of, the one that we posted Friday. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then
so-
they reposted one that was wrong, and then they took that down. But this
Oh,
one is
you know what?
still
Here, Sarah.
misnumbered.
Just. Oh, it's not going to work.
Well, yeah, but, well, it's still item 2. They just didn't put number 1 up there
Okay.
because there's no item
It's a
1.
typo, yeah.
Well, how should we handle this?
I think that we will just photocopy these. Does your photocopy work?
The latest version that was posted is the one you should take action on today.
Correct, and that's this one here.
Okay.
Posted meaning it got into the electronic file,
But it was then removed.
not in our electronic file.
Oh, it was supposed to have been removed from
Yes,
the
but
website.
Yeah, the website was changed back
Okay.
to the original version. So, thanks, folks, for just hanging out for a few minutes.
Well, then should we just pull the PDF off the website?
You can do that. Yep, you can totally look on. So, Bill, if you go to the website, it should be the corrected version. I hope.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe it's starts with item 2. Hope not.
Business.
Nope, it's still 2 through 18. Okay. Well, the numbers don't matter, folks. What matters is the actual items that we're approving. So I would just take, how about all of the minutes from June 5th listed on our agenda through July 23rd?
I second.
Okay.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, consent calendar would be the 3 items listed on consent calendar.
I second that.
Okay, just keep going.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye, payables.
I move that we approve payables July 29 through August 2, 2024 in the amount of $907,012.18.
Any jury panel payments?
No.
Okay, I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, we will go ahead and take our 2 emergency items up front. So the first one would be for Marine. And again, that is because the actual Marine deputies are going to the academy, and the Sheriff's Department wants to backfill Marine slots with overtime patrol.
Thank you, Commissioners. Kevin Smart for the record, and that is correct. That's what we would like to do. And we would need to start that this weekend, hopefully, to get those on the waterways to ensure we don't have any lapses or gaps.
Okay, questions, motion?
I move that we approve the request for the Marine overtime with the Sheriff's Office.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, you're gonna have to help me with this one, Julie, next. I don't know exactly which settlement it is. Thank you, Captain. So it's, another party has been brought in.
Yes, it's the Kroger settlement, which is still, and I'm not sure why they're making us do it this way, but it's all part of the other settlements that, I mean, it's handled the same way, but for some reason, they're making us commit to a settlement agreement on this one and not using the overall one that you guys did back in the day. So essentially, it's the same exact agreement. It's just, this literally pertains to the Kroger settlement only.
Okay.
So, it, again, like you said, the deadline is next Monday, and we were trying to get some answers for some questions that we had, and that's why it's taken, I mean, why it's a last minute thing, so.
Okay.
So are we accepting
additional
approving.
funds.
We're accepting the additional funds.
Yeah, and we don't have amounts. We don't have a timeline.
So we're accepting the Kroger settlement then?
Yeah, and I mean, we don't know, it's very squishy.
Well, and during the ratification process next week, maybe we'll be unsquishy.
Yeah, I
we
go
can
by
get-
what they have on their website, and everything is so far behind that you don't know until, I mean, we don't even know until we get a payment. So I don't know, I have no idea if we're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars or what. I just know that we're getting money.
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
Sorry.
I move that we accept the Kroger settlement for opioid funds.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right, and I'll just do duplicate numbers. It could be item 22, could be item 23, but it is the agreement for professional services on JUB Engineers, Inc. with our solid waste. JP, please.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. John Phillips for the record. As you know, the Solid Waste Department recently purchased property in the Wolf Lodge Bay area for a planned future rural garbage collection site. We're now ready to proceed with going through the special notice permit process as required before developing the property. JUB Engineering put together a scope of services for the necessary work to obtain the required special notice permit. This work includes survey, site design, and permitting. Solid Waste Department requests that the BOCC approve of and enter into agreement for professional services in regard to design and permitting of the planned Wolf Lodge rural site with JUB Engineering for a total price of $49,900. The department did budget the necessary funds for this project, and legal did review the agreement, finding it legally sufficient for the intended purpose.
Questions, motion?
I move that we approve the agreement for professional services with JUB Engineers, Inc. and solid waste in the amount of $49,900.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 24/23, board approval request. This is the proposal of auction minimum bids on our tax deed parcels. And Ms. Wiest with our treasurer's office.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, Kelly Weiss with the Treasurer's Office for the record. And today we are presenting our minimum bids for the auction this year that is set for September 10th on the 18 parcels that we did record those tax deeds on. Those parcels and minimum bids are included in your packet, and we are just seeking your approval on those bids.
Questions, motion?
I move that we approve the request for the proposal of auction of minimum bid on the tax deed parcels.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 25/24. This is school resource officer agreements, and it's with the Lakeland Joint School District, and we've got for Garwood and for Timberlake High and Captain Smart again.
Yes, Commissioners, this is the school resource contracts for the next school year. There are two of them. They are both with Lakeland, but they are separated into the individual schools that they represent.
Okay, questions, motion?
I move that we approve the school resource officer agreements with Lakeland Joint School District and the Sheriff's Office.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye, thank you. All right, item 26/25, board approval request, Women's Gift Alliance grant, and our Marine Division. This is actually a purchase using the Women's Gift Alliance grant funds. Sergeant Miller, are you on the line?
Yes, good afternoon, Commissioner. Sergeant Ryan Miller for the record, and that is correct. This is, we received the grant funds, and we just would like permission to purchase them now.
Okay, questions, motion?
I move that we approve the request with the Women's Gift Alliance grant to purchase with the Sheriff's Office.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye, and I'll just mention that these are drones, right, Sergeant Miller? That's,
Correct.
okay, drones and accessories.
It's the drones, the license, the programs. It's everything that goes with it. It's a whole package.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
All right, item 27/26, board approval request. This is per policy 930. This is the purchase of portable power stations from Goal Zero and our elections office. Mr. Gray, please.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Before you today is a request to pay Goal Zero no more than $6,000 for the cost of 4 Yeti 1500X portable power stations. These are the same portable power stations you allowed us to purchase 4 of previously, and which we actually deployed a couple of to polling places in November when we had an unexpected power outage. These are extremely helpful for us in planning for contingencies, especially for November elections when we could have snow, ice, bad weather of any form, and allows us to be prepared so that our runners can run these out to a polling place very quickly. So this was not a budgeted item. However, we do have the money available in our budget thanks to the legislature's removal of the August election date. So I'm asking for your approval.
Okay, questions, motion?
I move that we approve the request per policy 930 for the purchase of portable power stations not to exceed $6,000 with Goal Zero and elections.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 28/27, contract for hazard fuel treatment for the Riverview Terrace-Post Falls Community Forest area, and it's the FireSmart grant. It's 3.7 acres in the amount of $9,246.30 with Alpha Services LLC, party of Odell, and our Office of Emergency Management. Ms. Littlefield, please.
Yes, this is Andrea Littlefield for the record. Kootenai County Office of Emergency Management respectfully requests that the Board of County Commissioners approve the contract between Kootenai County and Alpha Services LLC in the amount of $9,246.30 for 3.7 acres of hazard fuel hand treatment for the Riverview Terrace-Post Falls Community Forest FireSmart grant.
Questions, motion?
I move that we approve the contract for hazard fuel treatment for Riverview Terrace-Post Falls Community Forest FireSmart grant for 3.7 acres in the amount of $9,246.30 with Alpha Services LLC, Odell, and the Office of Emergency Management.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Thank you. All right, item 29. This is another contract for hazard fuel treatment for Canfield FireSmart grant, 31 acres at $70,339. Alpha Services, party of Odell, our Office of Emergency Management. Ms. Littlefield again.
Yes, this is Andrea Littlefield for the record. Kootenai County Office of Emergency Management is respectfully requesting that the Board of County Commissioners approve the contract between Kootenai County and Alpha Services LLC in the amount of $70,339 for 31 acres of hazard fuel hand treatment for the Canfield FireSmart grant project area.
Questions, motion?
I move that we approve the contract for hazard fuel treatment for Canfield FireSmart grant, 31 acres in the amount of $70,339 with Alpha Services LLC, Odell, and the Office of Emergency Management.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 30/29, this is board approval request. It's a request for the updated referral bonus program policy and our human resources department. Ms. Sylvia Proud, please.
Sylvia Proud for the record. What I have before the board is the updated employee referral program guidelines. And what this entails is that the board had authorized the referral program to be incentivized from $300 to $1,000 that distribution will be done in 2 installments for employees who refer a candidate and they're hired to Kootenai County for employment. After 30 days of employment of the new hire, the referring employee gets $250, and then after 6 months of employment, the referring employee gets $750. Pretty much all other criteria remains the same. The positions that are not eligible for this program include elected officials, chief deputies, department directors, deputy directors, all human resources personnel, and sheriff's office command staff. So we will be launching our Aaron app on August 12th and are ready to get this program going, get some people hired.
Great. Questions, motion?
I move that we approve the request for approval of the updated referral bonus program policy with Human Resources.
Second?
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 31, board approval request, and this is an approval of a quote to purchase e-poll books per policy 930. It's with Tenex Software Solutions and our elections. Mr. Gray again, and I apologize for not getting them together, but we're already
Not a problem.
trying to.
Not a problem. Thank you, Commissioners. Before you today is the quote to purchase 54 additional e-poll books for our use in elections, both at our polling places and in training and early voting. This is utilizing the funds that you previously approved from the HAVA grant and from the county match. So this is just the actual quote, and it's over $10,000, so I'm before you today.
Questions, motion?
I move that we approve the request to purchase e-poll books per policy 930 from Tenex Software Solutions and Elections.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Okay, item 32, board approval request. This is equipment purchase and a budget adjustment with our airport. Ms. Stevenson or Mr. Patterson, are you on the line?
Kim Stevenson with the airport for the record. Commissioners, on May 28th, the airport presented Resolution 2024-50, which was approved for the surplus and auction of equipment at the airport. And from that auction, we netted $389,000. And we are coming forward with our second request related to that, and that is to purchase some equipment that better suits our needs. So we have quotes for 2 pieces of equipment that we'd like to purchase, both through the Sourcewell contract. One is a John Deere skid steer that with the loader and implements comes to $123,925. The second is a Polaris Ranger with the Ranger and its implements totaling $52,015. And so we are requesting approval of both pieces of this equipment and requesting the funds from to be put into our C budget for FY24 for the purchase. And then the rest of the funds can go to fund balance at this time.
All right, questions?
I take it that the money received from the auction was a little more than anticipated?
Yes, it was.
A little more or a lot more?
That's a good question. I would say probably a little bit more. We weren't exactly sure where that would fall.
Okay.
And those came in higher than what we expected, the bigger pieces.
Okay.
And then Brandy, what do you need in the motion for them to, because obviously this money just goes into the restricted fund from the sale, and then we just need it moved to C budget? Okay.
Okay. I move that we approve the request for the equipment purchase and the budget adjustment for the airport.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 33, this is an advisory board appointment. It's for Sandra White and the airport. The term is expiring of 12/31 of 25, and the city administrator, Lisa Ailport, was the previous Hayden representative, and the city of Hayden reached out and said that they wanted to change their representation on the board. So, questions? Motion?
No, that's it's standard that we have one member on the board from the city of Hayden. So now I move that we approve the appointment of Sandra White on the Airport Advisory Board with a term expiring on 12/31/25.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 34, this is an advisory board appointment. This is for an alternate position on the airport, term expiring 12/31 of 26. Is that correct, Jonathan? Okay. And then it's for Dale Gibboney. This is the first open meeting we've had on this, refilling this alternate opening. And I just would have preferred, there was another gentleman who has lived here twice as long, and he has a history of the development of the airport, and he's applied multiple times. So I would have chosen him, but I think that my co-commissioners have made a different choice. So questions? Motion?
Well, the only comment is just the fact that Mr. Gibboney had gotten his pilot's license before his driver's license, and he has flown pretty much all the planes that are primary over at our airport, and so I think he's an excellent candidate. But if you have another candidate that you would like to see get on there, let's have that person submit their information. I'll be happy to look at it.
So they did, O'Halloran. It was part of the 4 or 3 applications. Yeah, it was 3 applications that we had. And so that was...
well, we'll find a way.
Okay.
So I move that we approve the advisory board appointment, Dale Gibboney, with the airport on the advisory board for a term expiring on 12/31/26 as an alternate.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. So did that, we'll consider maybe an additional alternate, or what do you mean by?
Well, when the next opening comes up, for sure.
Okay. All right, item 35. This is a bid award for the re-roof at Kootenai North, and it is with our own director, Jeff Voller. So, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Jeff Voller for the record. As you know, in the bid opening that we did a couple of weeks ago, we received 2 responsive bids for the Kootenai North re-roof. In your board packet, there is a recommendation from the architect that we award that to Jimmy's Roofing. He was the lowest responsive bid at $449,912. And that is our recommendation. And then subsequently, you'll see the contract to go with that, which is a separate line item that would go next. Both of those have been reviewed by legal, and we recommend approval of both of those.
Okay, questions, motion?
This is for the entire roof on the building?
Yes.
So everything will be replaced? Okay, because I know there were 2 sections. One was still okay, and the other was desperate need of being replaced.
Corey Trapp, LTA Architects. They're the section over the meeting room, and there's a section adjacent to the meeting room that were re-roofed about 10 years ago. So they probably have another 15 to 20 years of life left on them. So those 2 pieces aren't being done. The rest of everything else is being replaced or being covered.
Okay.
Perfect.
So Commissioners, Brandy Falcon for the record. I just need you to specify where the funding would come from. I spoke with Lieutenant Klinkefus, and he said that the remaining money in his KC North budget is already all spoken for, and then the remaining fund balance of the assigned money for KC North, right now there's $228,000 remaining, and he said that is already has planned usage as well. So this roof contract for $449,912, you'll have to pull from either your assigned for capital purchases assigned fund balance, currently there's $731,000 there, or the assigned for master plan fund balance.
Is there an issue if we wait 1 week for this while we look at the funding? Does it need to be today, or can it be 1 week from
They
now?
weren't starting for probably another 3 weeks. So-
Okay. Okay, because I'd like to have that conversation, because I'm not really sure where that other $228,000 is going to.
I just know I spoke to Lieutenant Klinkefus, and he said he was planning to come to you soon with a request to appropriate that remaining assigned fund balance to his budget, and it was going to, he already had plans for it, so I don't know.
So with, if that money is assigned, or he wants to use it for something different, and then we have this roof, what are we looking at total now on Kootenai North?
So the board had assigned $1,203,002 for KC North, and that is all spoken for, is what I've been told. So if you add the $449,912, 912 plus 1,203,002, that's $1,652,914.
I think a week will give us time to
Okay.
figure that out.
Okay.
Is that good?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So that takes care of item 36, if you're following along with the one that's online. 35 and 36. So we will go to item 37, which is the Justice Center Change Event 49, and this is for the roof anchors with Mr. Mendez. Or is Jeff, you going to handle this one?
No, Mr. Mendez is on this one.
Okay, come on. We actually just spoke about this morning, so.
David Mendez with Turner and Townsend Hearing. So the change proposal that we're requesting is for roof-mounted anchors for future maintenance. We had previous proposals that would have put anchors around the entire perimeter of the building. That was deemed unnecessary, that we would, along with the existing facility, use ground elevating equipment to maintain the building. There are a couple of inaccessible locations on the southwest and northeast points of the building that still require those access points, and we've finally gotten the final design from the engineer, and that has been priced and is in front of you.
Okay. What I have in my packet is $37,000, but you had mentioned $45,000 earlier today.
I had separated the engineering costs for that work. That was previously approved.
Gotcha.
And that's where the extra dollars came. I did that to avoid markup from the contractor.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Questions, motion?
I move that we approve the request for the Justice Center Change Event number 49, the roof anchors.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, item 38, this is board approval request. This is change order number 3, and it's with LTA Architects. And Corey and Jeff both, I guess, can speak to this.
Sure. Jeff Voller again for the record. In your board packet, you have change order number 3. There's various items that are included on this change order. There's 5 different items in there. We've brought them before you over the last several weeks to talk about each different one. This is the sum of the change order for $10,805.72 for your approval. The last item 4 and item 5 we brought to you last week, including moving the HVAC system in the evidence room for the specialty charcoal filters to have that done professionally. And then a circuit breaker that was missed on the plans is the last one. So the total there for your approval.
Okay, and I will just mention for the audience that there are 2 deductions also included in that amount. So the $10,000 includes a couple deductions.
So same thing for the funding for is this all related to KC North?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you talk to Lieutenant Klinkefis? Is this in his current budget?
This one, my understanding, is proposed to come out of the current budget.
Okay, so I will not be appropriating more fund balance to cover this. He'll just have to absorb it in the budget he currently has.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Just one correction, the change order is with Stancraft, not with LTA Architects.
Oh, okay, so does that matter? Okay, thank you.
I mean, I'm signing it too, but it's technically with Stancraft.
You prepared it, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so with Stancraft and LTA, how's that?
Yeah.
Okay. Questions, motion?
I move that we approve the request for change order number 3 with LTA Architects and Stancraft.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. Public comment. Thank you, everybody. 2:38, meeting adjourned.